Mhm. Hey, 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 y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. I hope that you are well. Welcome to a collaborative episode of Therapy on the Mic and
The speaker box. Yeah.
and we are your hosts, Patrice Stokes
Lamont Stokes.
and so as husband and wife, we decided to collaborate to put this episode together tonight. This is a special one because of not only what it represents, but also where we've been. And so I'm gonna play a little bit of music to get us started here. So thank y'all so much for your patience, as this is the first of us being able to do this literally globally, in person and virtually. So we're super excited about tonight and hope that you will rock with us. So here we go.
Yeah.
Hey there, it's your girl Patrice Stokes, radio and podcast host, therapist, poet, photographer, and published author. Yep, that's me. I'm excited to welcome you to the all-new Therapy Thursdays with Therapy on the Mic, brought to you by Inspired on Purpose, where our mission is to inspire people to see themselves through a different lens, to discover healing and their God-given purpose using therapy and photography. Each week, we are here to guide you through the journey of developing gratitude, growth, and healing, no matter what season of life you're in. Join me live every. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so as we are getting some things going, so you see us from a couple of different angles. So let me fix this real quick. Um,
I can't hear anything. Dr. Kalin, can you hear
Me
me?
either. No, I cannot. I can hear you. I cannot hear them.
Okay.
Bet you're getting more and more sleepy, aren't you? You wanna do some devotion and sing to me? Keep me awake. I still think about that though. That was a really good experience that morning, man. It was
Okay.
a blessing for sure.
Yeah, I really wish we had. I really wish that session was recorded.
Yeah. Well, just your part, not my part. Just your part. Just your part.
How do we inform them that we can't hear them?
I put it in the chat, and I was hoping that they would see it, but I don't think they have seen it.
They're already speaking. They're already engaging.
They are. They are. I don't know what we're gonna do because we were fine for a while until she said, "Let me do this," and as soon as she did whatever that this was, it changed. I don't know.
It's
It looks
just.
like we're just gonna be staring at three people smiling at them, and
uh,
they're making jokes and everything, and
Hi.
Yeah.
I
Can you
just
hear us
realized.
now?
Okay. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
It's what I did. Okay. There is a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Hold
Come
on.
on.
I get it.
Waymaker.
There you
Healing
go.
go worker.
Y'all are silly.
You know that song came from Africa.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It came from Africa.
Don't let these white folk fool you.
Come on, man.
All right. Well, y'all gonna see
Yeah,
this
Oh,
live and direct.
We about to get real.
Okay. Y'all can hear us. Can y'all hear us now?
We do.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm
I'm gonna stop
making all
touching
this
stuff.
noise. Y'all can hear us.
I'm gonna stop touching stuff. 'Cause clearly, this is why.
Emmanuel, you can hear us, bro.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and Carlin, you can hear us.
I do.
Okay.
Carlin, just be cool.
Yeah, I hear you guys.
You hear us? Okay, good. All right, cool. So look, all right, y'all. We are excited for you to not only see the craziness that we experienced while we were in Africa, but also really just the family. Like, I appreciate that today, our topic, what we're talking about is wellness, but more so wellness, healing, and community. And really the lessons from Africa that we experienced and really what we're bringing back, right? Because the trip itself was called Sankofa 360. So it means about, And then, but not only that's Andy Dasso,
Oh, I'm sorry,
but
Andy Dasso.
Sankofa means to go back, right?
Go back.
Yeah, to go back and take what is valuable and move forward with it. And so I believe a part of what we did was not only being able to go back, right, to our home, because as those of African descent, that's a big part of who we are, but also understanding our history, and I mean unadulterated history, right? Because we already know in America, there's a lot that has been taken from us. And so being able to go back to our ancestors' home, right, where all of us have roots, right, even people that don't look like us, so let's be clear about that. But we are going back so that we can move forward with healing, with identity, with culture, and with a sense of purpose. And that's what we're talking about tonight. I'm your host, as I said before, Therapy on the Mic podcast, my business Inspired on Purpose, which presents Therapy on the Mic, where our mission is about helping people to see themselves through a different lens, to find healing in their God-given purpose, using therapy and also photography. So I'm a wellness therapist, and I'll let Lamont share about what he does.
I'm Lamont Stokes, the host of the SpeakaBoxx, man, and it's all about entertainment, and we call it education, because what we want to do is educate people with entertainment. So we just like promoting Black-owned businesses and doing Black-owned things, stuff of that nature. So that's what the SpeakaBoxx does. All
right, Malachi, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yo, what's up? My name is Malachi Carter. Can you guys still hear me?
It's like a paranoid.
Right. I also go by A-Scribe. That's A + Scribe.
Yeah.
The plus sign is silent.
What'd you say? No.
We don't speak on that. You see what I did there?
Yeah, I like that.
And but as of recent events, you can also call me Kojo.
Yeah, we gotta bring that back.
We're twins on that.
So, and I'm Abina. So Abina. So I am Tuesday born. All right. So we're gonna have our two guests online. So let's start with Carlin and then Emmanuel.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Carlin Tishner. What do? I own a consulting firm, Carlin J & Associates, and also co-owned a social service agency with my brother called Family Links, statewide with 3 city locations across the state of Indiana. And just excited to be here. Oh, officially, my name is now Kwabena, which I keep on my wrist most days, but I try not to break the bracelet, so I don't wear it every day because I want to keep it for a long time. Good to be with everybody, though.
Yo.
Welcome. All right, Emmanuel. Ima.
Naja.
Oh no, we can't hear you. You gotta unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Young people, you know.
No, thanks.
So sorry.
There you go.
All right, so I'm Emmanuel Yang, a Nigerian, and I'm a growth marketing specialist. So what I do is help founders, entrepreneurs, and both corporate and individual brands build their social media presence, reach out to their target audience, increase sales and revenue, through digital marketing strategies, All right, so I'm also the director of communications for Inidaso 360, and I'm super excited to be here and to meet with each and every one of you again. So yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Two things. One, I didn't know we got to introduce like our accolades and what, or what we do.
Yeah.
And then secondly, Emmanuel is missing something. He's a recording artist.
Yeah.
Oh,
he never-
yes.
Like what is that?
He literally
Right.
waited
Yeah.
until the end of the trip.
Right.
Right.
It took us in the,
You gotta
took us
say
up-
that, bro.
Took us up in the spirit of worship and everything,
Right.
man. I've heard his music.
We gotta stay on.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry. All right, you gonna get us on tangents, sir.
Right.
But yes,
real
this is
quick,
good. This
I
is
also
good.
run a
Yeah.
podcast.
Sorry that I missed that. Sorry that I missed that.
Don't do it again.
Sorry. He said don't do it again.
Yeah, so tell them about your podcast real quick.
Yeah, so I'm the host of the Unapologetics podcast. In a nutshell, we talk about Jesus, black people, and racism. Sometimes in that order.
Yeah. Let's go.
And I'm also a high school teacher.
Yes. Yes. So awesome. Okay, all right. So we're gonna like jump into it because we have formalities and all this stuff. So first and foremost, we want to thank all of our sponsors who make it possible for us to be able to do the work that we do. So we want to give a shout out to Speak On It Media, Spoken Word Elevated, Building with Purpose, My Body and Soul, the Idle Jorg Museum, Power P, Bounce and
Power
Company,
P.
Legal Shield.
Yeah. Legal Shield.
And also want to give a shout out to Leo's Alkaline Water.
Leo, it's law, baby.
It's law. So because of all of them, it makes it possible for us to do the work that we do. We will have more opportunity to talk about that.
I got one more though.
What's up?
Just Pizza. Shout out to Just Pizza because they provide everything for us, so we gotta shout them out. So shout out to my dude at Just Pizza.
All right, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. The topic that we're having tonight is about wellness, healing, and community. So lessons from Africa. And so one of the things that we are talking about in light of that is what are we bringing back from where we came, right? So as we think about this, I want to just set the conversation for us, and then we're just going to jump right into it. One of the things that I continue to think about most recently as far as us returning from Ghana, because I miss it and I miss y'all.
Yeah.
And even though we're virtual and in person, it's not the same. But it almost kind of takes me to a space of just being, right? And I think especially as those of African descent, it's not very often that we get to do that, because we're always thinking about going to the next thing, or doing the next thing, right? And so in light of me being a wellness therapist and also Carlin being a therapist, one of the things we talked a lot about on this trip were our emotions, and that's also something that we don't get to talk about very often in America as people of color, especially those of African descent, because that's often negated for a lot of other reasons, and so that doesn't give us the chance to not only process but also heal. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about is what happens when culture, history, identity, relationships, and community become part of our understanding of wellness. And healing isn't only what happens inside a therapy room, for those of you, if you've ever been to therapy or if you've ever considered it, but healing can happen through connection, through community, culture, faith, reflection, rest, and learning our history, and also having difficult conversations, which we have plenty of those in Ghana, and sometimes simply experiencing something that reminds us of who we are. So that's what we're going to explore tonight. Are y'all ready?
You ready?
Let's get it.
Yeah, ready.
Okay. All right. So the first segment is Take Me Back to Ghana.
I promise.
Y'all ready for this one?
Please.
Y'all ready for this one? Take me back to Ghana. Okay.
Man.
So I'm not going in any particular order because there's a lot of questions, but I want at least one person. How we will do this is maybe one or two, not everybody, but one or two people, and keep it short, really short. Answer the question. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with this one. Okay. So when we say take me back to Ghana, where does your mind immediately go when you hear this question? Was there a person you met who left an impression on you, and if so, who and why?
Yeah.
Whoever wants to answer it.
I'll answer it. I'll say Dr. Carlin, man. Carlin, bro, I really appreciated our whole trip and our conversations, everything. And I don't know if that question was directed to like who we met in Ghana or who we just.
Whatever you want to take it
Okay,
as.
well, I felt like Carlin was just amazing dude. He, had us laughing, had us focused on stuff. And what was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
Who left an impression on you and why?
I'm gonna say Emmanuel left an impression on me because he had this quiet strength. You know what I'm saying? Like he was quiet, but he was strong. You know what I'm saying? Like when he said things, like we really paid attention to what he was saying. And I just loved everybody, man. Like I really got to know Malachi a whole lot better once we went out there. So I didn't know we had so much in common. I know we were so loud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always
Most
loud.
black people
So
are loud.
it was nice
Most
to be
black
loud
Americans
with
loud,
somebody.
right?
But I didn't know how intelligent you were. You know, I knew you were smart, but I didn't know how intelligent you were.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciated all our conversations and everything.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next question. Was there a moment when you thought, I need to experience this?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, you looked at me.
There were several moments where I was like, I needed to experience this, especially from the get-go, like when Patrice, you first presented me with this opportunity. We won't get to the whole story right now, but we made an attempt 2 years ago, and it wasn't able to come to fruition. But Africa just kept calling me, like Ghana specifically just kept calling me ever since like 2019, the year of return. And I was sitting there in a coffee shop, and I'm like, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? People getting dual citizenship and whatnot. Stevie Wonder even. But to focus on the question, like every step of the way, literally getting here, from the visa application process to the flight to even touching base in Ghana, like I almost wasn't able to get out of the air. I wasn't able to get into the flight, and I was almost not able to get out of the airport. And so every single moment was like God opening these in a crazy way, opening up these doors, and it's like I have to go, I have to come here, and it was a must.
It was a must. I love that. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna ask either Emmanuel or Carlin. You can answer this next question. What did Ghana teach you that you couldn't have learned from a book?
I'll go then if Emmanuel was pausing for you, man. It's connected to the first question, but my answer is here. It taught me how joy can be an embodiment and a disposition, not circumstantial and not environmental, but choice daily. I kept seeing different people, regardless of their circumstance, exhibit and illustrate joy. And I certainly wanted to bring that back and have been working to figure out how to do that in a way that is not based on circumstance or environment or emotion, but truly a disposition and a posture. So I definitely feel like that was something relevant that I kept seeing.
I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna ask one more question. These are all really good. It's really
Yeah,
difficult
can,
to answer.
can I add something to that? Can I say something?
You sure can.
Yeah, so I think for me, what Ghana actually taught me that no book would ever do is that books about history. I mean, books about history gave me, to an extent, an intellectual awareness about history. Yeah, you know, where we read history in books and we get to, you know, be thought about history. But being in Ghana gave me that emotional connection to what I've been hearing, what I was taught, you know, in high school and in higher institution. To an extent, even if I really didn't have the opportunity to be taught more about our history, but being in Ghana gave me that emotional connection. I mean, and that's what no book can ever do for me.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And I mean, I would say to follow up with what you're saying, because you are not just Nigerian, but you traveled from Nigeria to Ghana. Like, can you just
Yeah.
real quickly talk about that experience? Because you're in Africa, but you're experiencing Africa in a different way.
Okay. Like I've always said, even while we were in Ghana, I told you guys that my expectations were quite different, because my experience and my perspective about Africa is quite different from you all who came from the States. And so for me, I was curious to know why African Americans are so interested in reconnecting to Africa, trying to learn more about themselves and about their history and more about their identity. And so my move with my
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no.
Money.
We can't hear you. I think you're stalling. Oh, no, no.
Oh,
Hey, bud.
That reminds me of
Oh, wait. Pause. Think we got...
can't hear us.
Can you hear us, Emmanuel? Think you're
He's spinning.
frozen.
I hear you all. He's spinning though.
He's spinning?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
remind me when remember that one guy, he was like, I want to know why you are so interested in this topic.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back to Emmanuel. He paused for a second. Could be the internet. One of the beautiful things, but the crazy things about internet across the globe
Yeah.
is that these things happen. But we're gonna go to the next segment, which is called
Sankofa, identity and community.
Okay.
All right. So the word Sankofa carries this beautiful idea of looking back and retrieving what's valuable, so that we can move forward. So I want to move beyond what we saw in Ghana and talk about what Ghana helped us see.
Mhm.
What did Ghana help you see differently about yourself?
Specifically, what with those questions, like what's one specific? that
Oh,
you
okay.
wanna ask?
So one specific.
You don't have to ask them all.
All right. Well, let's do. We already did the history one kind
I
of.
like
What
the
did
first
you
one.
observe about the community? And I want to ask you that. What did you observe about the community?
I would say the community, what it taught me about myself, or just about our people, is how content, and I think Carlin spoke on this a little bit, but how content people can be, even with very little. I think sometimes we take for granted in America, as those of African descent, of how blessed we truly are. And so the things that we complain about, whether if it's,
Running water.
running water, or
Right.
just even,
Electricity.
Electricity.
not being able to FaceTime somebody, or, I can't go to the mall, or just the things that, and not saying that those things aren't valuable, but really what was most important was being present with people in Ghana. And I think that was one of the things that I loved the most, because there was one instance where we were at this restaurant outdoors. It was called the Crocodile?
Oh, the crocodile.
Crocodile.
Garden.
Garden,
Garden.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was actually only one crocodile that we actually saw, but it was
Right.
nowhere near us. So I don't want y'all to be like, oh my
Great
god.
job.
But yeah,
More like
but
feet.
yeah.
More like feet. Right. Big
Right,
chili.
right. So it wasn't like around us, but okay, here we go. Okay, you back?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, you back?
Yeah, my
Okay,
network.
I think we
my
got a little bit of
network
feedback.
just,
Okay, I think we got a little bit of feedback.
Phone or something.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yes, but we got a little feedback. So maybe mute yourself until maybe that helps.
Or is he close to a speaker?
Maybe that helps.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I might have to mute you.
Yes,
because I
we
think
can hear
you're
you.
getting some
I might have
feedback.
to mute you.
Because I think you're getting some feedback. gonna mute you for a second. I'm gonna mute you. Okay, that helps. Okay, so when you want to say something, then just unmute yourself. But so ask the question again, so that way he knows what we're talking about.
The community. What did you observe about the community?
I appreciated that when we were at the alligator or the crocodile garden, how we not just how we were served, but even just how they interacted with us. I think oftentimes when we went anywhere, people would call us auntie, mommy. What do they call you all? Is it because that was another thing. I was the only woman on this trip.
Yeah.
Did they give you all names?
I mean, maybe brother at times. I know one person called me Kojo, but he was trying to sell me something.
Oh.
I think somebody called me OG when I was out there.
Did they?
No.
You was getting the royal treatment, Lamont.
I was getting the royal treatment. They called me king.
Right.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
they did. Who? Did a woman call you king?
Of course.
Anyway.
She said it like you ain't supposed to go. No, that was a guy, man. It was a guy that called me king. He we was walking and I was trying to get y'all to hurry up, and they kept on asking us to buy stuff. I was like, all right.
Oh, but they did.
Let's
That's
go.
right.
Wait, what'd you do with
They was
that?
like, yeah, I was like, no. And they was like, oh, that's king right there.
They did.
They let us walk through.
That was
They respect the OGs, right?
Yeah.
I had to, because it was like, and I ain't gonna knock the hustle, man. They can hustle, man. Like that, it's not even a hustle though. It's like they have to eat.
They want to
Right.
connect.
Yeah,
too,
this is
right?
life.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
it is life.
Right.
So
And that's a word for entrepreneurs.
but they wasn't aggressive. They was. It's a soft aggression. It's weird.
They were always present.
Yeah. They were
Wait a minute,
present.
Carlin. What was that time when you was in the front seat and the car stopped or whatever, and they was trying to like wash the windshield wipers or sell you
Wait,
windshield
what?
Nah, he
wipers?
was trying to sell me some windshield wipers. He was like, "Hey, you gonna buy these windshield wipers?" And he was like standing real close to the window, like, you need them. I can tell that they dying in front of you right now, and you see me, so you need to go ahead and buy them. I know you in the passenger side. I know this ain't your car, but you better
You
buy
gonna
them.
for this car.
See, that's why you're on the passenger
Yes.
side, because you ain't driving, because you ain't got the windshield wipers.
That was good. That was good. Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that.
After a while, would you like turn your head? You just stop looking.
I started doing what the driver was doing because he was like completely to the left. The dude was to our right, dude was to the left.
was
Like,
like,
boom.
But we
You
do that
not
here.
just
Yeah,
We do that here.
Right.
You just stop making eye contact.
They street game hustle was crazy.
Bruh.
They was like in the street.
You think them 5%ers on the corner on
Boy, they
38
ain't got
is
nothing on
something?
them.
No.
They was in the street like, you gonna buy this. We got this. This is what you gonna buy.
Right, this one man had like 2 stacks of books. I'm like, who's buying a book in transit?
Oh.
All right, so that's me.
Okay.
So go. You want to ask another question? Yeah.
All right, we do another one. Did you see anything that made you question how we live back home? That's a good one.
Ooh. I gotta think. Okay, I would say this. Just seeing like how out in the open things are, especially like we're so used to having like closed doors, shut windows, curtains. Seeing like you can literally see inside people's houses, especially like in New Ibu.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you walk by, you just
Wow, I
like
ain't
everything is
noticed
there.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now that I think about it, it's like
We was
like
looking dead in that crib.
right. I definitely take for granted that, and I look back at how our communities are set up. We say these things like it takes a village to raise a child, right? But if the whole village is shut down, you know what I'm saying? Then how are we raising? And the children were just out there and like following us everywhere.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
It was the sweetest thing.
Right, and I remember at one point we noticed, we were like, wait, where are the teenagers? Like, the little kids are here, and then where were the adults? Like, the elders were there. And so it's going back to the hustle thing, where it's like, oh, they're all out working. They're all out selling and whatnot. So it made me think a lot about the difference between their community over there and ours. Like, some similarities on certain days where we have events where it's like, yeah, everybody's outside, but those are events. For them, it's literally life.
That's a good word. For us, it's an event, but for them, it's life.
It's life.
My Lord,
Wow.
help us.
Let that sit.
Help us, Lord.
Last question. I said, what do we need to recover from our history in order to build healthier futures?
That's a loaded question.
Ooh.
Everybody online want to share the thoughts?
That castle.
He said, "Man, he's spinning again." So I'll share. I think one of the things that was obviously clear to me, especially when we start learning about colonization compared to slavery times, as the new solution to the world order, and how territories were built in the continent after a European conference occurred, that there's a recognition that we all, Black Americans, are generally West African. And I think one of the things that I was keenly aware of is this robbery of identity in terms of being able to connect back to it in real clear ways and being able to return back. I think reinvigorated this connection to that identity in a way that was meaningful, that feels like I'm not necessarily isolated from my people any longer. I might not necessarily be immersed, but I'm not isolated. I'm not fully disconnected. I have some connection to it, and I can pull that back into my present from my history and use that to be sort of a guiding force to the future. So again, I think it's less feeling isolated and more feeling connected to that identity from the history that we learned about.
I love that. Well, let me ask this question as we're going to take a quick, even though we're at the end, but due to some technical difficulties, you tell me if you got like a little bit more time, but if you got to go, then we'll wrap it up. We are going to have a part 2 anyway, because we'd already planned for that, but we might have like 4 parts. But it's a lot.
It's a series of this.
Gotta jump on everybody's show.
I mean, literally, because like I said, there was so much, and I think that was the thing that we all agree, or like even Rome, he didn't get a chance to be on this one, but he said like find 2 things that you want to share with people, and that's it. Because we will go in. Yeah, man. And then I could even tell when I came back the first time, and even the second time, where I started telling people, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, their face was like,
right.
And it's like,
right.
Shut up,
every time.
Because I done messed you up.
Right. So
let them dumbfounded.
Yeah. So there's definitely a process. But how do you what are you feeling right now, Carlin? You got a little bit more time, and
I don't actually, unfortunately. But I was wondering, because we are all together on Sunday, at least virtually, if that could be recorded. It might be an idea to think about it as a form of a podcast, recorded series, just something to think about.
And we could, because we would all be virtual.
Why did it sound like Rome when he said that? Just something to think about.
I've been studying from his book. I've been reading his book. And let me end on saying, and we will see what the Lord
clearly
will do.
Did the readings.
We'll see what the Lord will do.
Okay, well, before you go, can you share, there's something that you have coming up in October. Do you want to share it with the people? And that kind of connects to what we're talking about.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to bring back, which again reinvigorated me by being in the space in Ghana, was to establish community, particularly around mental health providers in the clinical space, behavioral health, mental health, folks that have degrees, rising degrees, who are doing this work locally in Indianapolis, to bring them together across fields, regardless of fields, in a space called a summit, the PRISM Summit, October 9th, 2026, from 9 to 5 p.m. The intent is to raise awareness about retention and to raise awareness around pipeline development for Black and Brown clinicians in our city and state. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some live entertainment with some local saxophone artists and a trio, as well as a DJ. And Patrice will do spoken word for us, because we really want it to be a culturally connected event. And so for anyone who's a clinician, who knows behaviors, or clinicians who has the ability to be there, opportunities for sign up are coming soon, starting next week. So please register, be in the space, because we want to grow this. We want to grow this way that's meaningful, in a way that's meaningful.
Awesome. And then hold on. Okay. Yeah, Iman. So real quick, does anybody have any questions for Carlin before he goes? No questions. Okay.
Y'all got any questions for? No.
Okay. All right, Carlin. Well, we will have part.
Can I say something before you cut out, Carlin?
What's up?
No arm bar, baby.
I know it.
No arm bar, man.
No arm bar.
Full frontals, baby. Full frontals.
Frontal.
Full
Hey,
frontal.
y'all gonna learn what that is, man. We tired of black men doing this every time. What's up, boy? And hit you with that arm bar.
Bruh.
Full frontal,
Full
man.
frontal,
frontal.
man.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay.
Hey, love to all y'all,
Taught us
man.
all
Have
a
a
lot.
good night.
You too.
Bro.
All right,
Peace,
out.
brother. Love you.
Love.
Okay, Emmanuel,
Yeah.
you good?
You still
You gotta unmute yourself.
I'm still trying to see this whole outfit you got on, man.
Okay. All right. Can you hear us? Okay. I mean, or do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
And explain again. Show me something. And explain again.
Yes. So Emmanuel is in Nigeria.
What did you say?
It's because it's getting a little bit of echoing.
Okay. Is it clear? Can you hear me very well?
Yes. We just can't say anything.
Is he? Does he have earbuds?
He's got a phone.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question. So mute yourself.
Yeah, I had done that. I've been trying to join with my phone.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. So
okay.
I'm gonna mute you while you do that. Okay. Yes, and we are. So actually, we can do that. Go ahead.
Oh no.
you said when I said we, I mean
I don't know.
No, but I mean, if you want to bring us into that part right there.
Could you explain it to us?
Okay, so the last full day that we had together, we had a ceremony just to cap off our experience in Ghana. It's a beautiful ceremony. Like it was low key, but it was meaningful. We had some good food, and each of us got to slapping.
Yeah.
Each of us got to share our reflections on our time there in Ghana, and the organizers, Rome and Tim, they gave us gifts. I feel like we've been giving gifts. Oh my goodness,
man!
Whoa, head to toe, literally from head to toe.
Yeah.
And so one of the final gifts they gave us were these stoves. I'm accustomed to having things like this at like a graduation.
Yeah.
And so that's what it felt like. I felt like we graduated.
Yeah.
It did.
Not like from this program, but like from this
Experience.
this and I don't even want to say experience, like from like this, how can I put it? Like this introduction, if you will.
Yeah.
To a new way of living and a new way of thinking and existing and being as a black person. So each of us got these stoves with our names on it. Oh my gosh, man, it hits me when I see this. Like both are American names and Ghanaian names.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
So me and you are twins.
Hey, Kojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abina.
And like you said, head to toe, like my whole outfit.
The whole thing. Can they see this? Like, wait, bust the cross.
Well, you gonna be like,
I'm gonna be like too top, but check out the fit. So they blessed me with this, and I was like, what?
Cross your leg over one time so you can see the shoe. Show me that. Put the bag in there. Put the bag in there. Put the statue.
Oh, yeah.
Put the statue in there too.
So we had broke this down like, cause
I'll vibe with you.
At first I was like, man, I'm not wearing a purse. But I was like, man, I felt really cool with this thing on because the way you wore it, you did it like this.
Right on.
Like, okay.
And sometimes, like like in modern day, men will carry it like this
like
too.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I got a merce and I'm cool.
Got a merce. Real immersive experience.
Real immersive.
Yep, and it's like so, and it's got our names on it. So I got mine, Abina.
Yep, I got Kojo.
Yours. Yep, and then it's got the name of the project on there, Sankofa
360.
2026. So so this is definitely a both of these are definitely, you know, pieces of Ghana that we brought back.
Oh,
You know.
one more thing. These.
Oh, I
So
didn't even wear
important.
mine.
So important.
I didn't even think to wear mine.
I thought you
Yeah.
was.
Oh, that's what I thought you
Yeah.
was. Yeah, so
But I have this on though.
There you go.
And I forgot mine.
And the other one too.
We came in.
That looks like
Yep. My mom made this one.
What?
We
Show us
came
the mom.
in, and the kids. Let's talk about the kids for a second.
Yeah.
The kids were following us.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out why the kids were so excited. They were super excited. They kept on running up to us.
Like they met us in every alleyway.
Yeah, Elliot. They was like, "Oh, come this way." You know, the Tim and Rome kept saying, "Come on, y'all." Come on, y'all." And we were all immersed with the kids and talking to the kids, and we love kids. I truly love kids.
And walking up this hill to walk up another hill.
Yeah, and then the more we went down the street,
reminded
we
me
just
of
kept seeing more and more
Serafina a little
kids.
bit.
Yeah,
Right. It was like that moment in Rocky.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we was
Like,
running down,
I think it was Rocky 3 at that point where he's running through the city.
And everybody joined in.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt because after they started coming so much, and then they were saying something, and it felt like they were saying like, "Come on, come this way, come this way." I couldn't understand what they were saying, but it felt like that. And then when we finally got there to meet Queen Mother,
Right.
and everybody there,
Well, first, like, there were these girls dancing in
That's
front
what
of
I'm saying.
us.
They had a
Well, no,
whole
like,
thing.
Tim and Ron was like, come on.
So let's be clear, they were doing a ceremonial dance.
Yeah,
Right.
ceremonial
So just,
dance.
it wasn't just
Oh,
girls
not
dancing.
girls dancing. Yeah.
No, whoa, we gotta be
Ah.
clear. Like, imagine that scene in Coming to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where, like, everywhere they would walk, you know, the ladies came in with the flower
With the
petals,
flowers and dropping
the rose petals,
Oh my
right,
God.
right. Except it's
They
dancing.
didn't do that there.
No.
They were
It
just
felt like
dancing.
We don't do that here.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt like that.
Yeah,
Right.
no. So it was like we were almost like in a processional. And
We-
so
yeah,
they were
processional,
walking
that's a good
us, they were
word.
walking us in.
We did have to pay a girl for dancing for us.
I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to say it like that.
No, what was really cool, I don't know
We
the
paid
meaning
the
behind
community.
it. I don't know the meaning behind it, but there was a part where it was a little girl. She looked like she was maybe about 10, 12 years old. And so they actually had all these kids that actually did like a dance for us.
Man.
And so if you go like
dances,
on our
yeah.
YouTube pages, Inspired on Purpose, you'll see it on there because there's a couple of videos on Instagram and you'll see some of the videos. But the cool part was once they had did the like group dances, then there was a little girl that came over and we were all sitting in these chairs. And so that she came over and she gave us these scarves, and they were all different scarves. So she would take it like from because she had it
We
wrapped
thought we was
around.
about to keep them joints.
Right,
Yeah,
I thought we was gonna keep them.
Yeah, I know.
And so she was doing this, like, you know, kind of like doing a certain dance, and then she would drape us with the scarves, each one of us with the scarf, and then we didn't know because we were told initially when we came to not necessarily like give people money or things like that. Like if we felt compelled to do that, but don't feel pressured to do that.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know if this was an opportunity to do that or not because they told us that, you know, I guess it was kind of
You
like
got it with you.
Yes, the money.
with
The way you just busted
The
out.
money. I know, I still got mine on me too.
I didn't get
Now,
the
Mine
hold
is at
on.
home.
Hold on,
I used to
hold
have it in my
Now,
wallet.
let's be clear. So we gave them money, right? There were things like, I don't know that we gave them this much, but what we did was when we
blackest
gave
dollar
them
you
the
ever
money,
see.
if you can see it, I don't know, you probably can't see on here.
blackest
These
dollar
are
you ever
all black people. I'm
When I
sorry.
say he's got his
These
own
are all
money, I
people of
mean
African
he's
descent.
got his own money.
Right. Now this is real, right? So
Real.
these are called CDs.
CDs,
Right.
yeah.
So for American money, $1
$1
is the equivalent of 11 CDs. So this is
$11.54
100 CDs.
cents.
Right. So do your math, and then that's how much this is worth in American money.
Right.
And so it was.
Goes a long
I remember
way.
the first time. This is my second time to Ghana, but even still, when I look at this, I'm like,
How
wow.
much I got?
This, huh?
How much I got?
I was like, oh, he got some on him right now. I do too,
I'm balling.
but you know, I
like
think that in
22
and of
CDs.
itself was enough power for me to come back to say, like,
Yes.
we do this.
Yeah,
I don't care what people tell you in America about black people or people of
we
African
do this.
descent. Like, we have our own money.
Come on.
Right.
And if you understand and go look up the history of Ghana, and I'm not going to tell you all of it because I want you to actually do it
Come on.
yourself, read it yourself, right? But when you look and the things that they had to do to even, basically, they were in British pounds. That's
And Dutch.
that
Right.
And
right?
Dutch.
So they were taken over by other colonies, and so the fact that they were able to get out of that and to have their own money,
They're all
Yeah.
money.
that should tell you how genius we truly are.
Resilient.
Right.
And for people
Right.
to say in America what they think about those in Africa is actually so far from the truth.
Right.
Y'all better record.
Like,
like-
we truly
That
come
wasn't
from
no
power.
joke. Yeah, that
Right.
wasn't
Right.
no joke.
That's not like a past tense.
Right.
That's present.
Yeah.
Present.
Right. And so I think that's one of the things when we talk about moving forward that we have to understand is that our history, though it was stolen, right, we are finding it, but a part of that means that we have to do our due diligence
Yeah.
to go find it
Yeah.
and then bring it back and tell somebody else,
Yeah.
because
right.
that's a part of the healing process.
Right.
So what are your thoughts about that?
I like that. Like, you got to go and find it. Like, I'm reminded of the Sankofa bird. And, like, I can't imagine it's, like, pecking at its back feathers, like, trying to, like, fiddle through it and find something and pluck it off. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing to just go to Africa, because people go to Africa sometimes. People might go to Ethiopia or something, or go
You
to,
gotta
like,
experience.
right.
Yeah.
And you have to find it. You have to be
Yeah.
open to find it.
Yeah.
You can't wait for it to just hit you. Like, you gotta go there with purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I won't get into it, but we were told that, like, the more that we share about, even before we went, that people would discourage us from going.
Yeah, they didn't want us to know.
Right. The devil is a liar.
Come on now.
And can I
Speak
say
the truth.
something too? You had said something earlier, Malachi. You were saying like Africa was calling you, specifically Ghana,
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
like this chick was trying to get me to go, man. I was like, look, you know, we got things going on. I don't know if I can do this. Look, don't be scared to go, y'all. Don't look at your pockets and I ain't got enough money and blah blah blah. God will
Trust.
make a
He will
way.
make a way.
Oh my goodness,
Will
God
make a
will
way.
provide.
Out of
'cause-
no way.
Man, because I mean, even though what you went through, sheesh. If once we get into that story too, man, y'all gotta hear his story, what he went through.
A
But
testimony, really.
even us getting there, like I argued with this woman before we got there. Like, you know, I was like, man, I ain't going, da da da. And she was like, nah, we going. We gonna find a way. I mean, man, I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of heights. So when that trip was what, 15 hours?
No, that was,
So it's 10 and a half from DC to there because we had to take 2 flights.
All right.
From
Yeah.
here to DC, DC to Ghana.
I'd do it again.
in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I
Wow.
mean, to actually get there, I'm gonna say this real fast, but to actually get there and to see those people, you Ghanaians are so wonderful.
Man.
Oh my God. They're
Very
the
hospitable.
sweetest people ever.
So
I've
kind.
never met
So kind.
so many kind black people in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to cry. I miss them so much, man.
Black people in factory settings.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, over here in America, like, we've kind of adopted. Well, not adopted. It's because we've been forced into this position to have a certain disposition and demeanor. Where, like, it seems like we don't want to be bothered. And sometimes out on the street, it do be like that. But a lot of times it's a safety precaution.
Yeah.
That's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But over there, to not have that that stigmatism, that pretense, that it's so free.
Everybody
It
was just
is.
so,
So
sweet,
free. It is.
kind. Oh my
So,
God.
so I want to say this, and Emmanuel, do you want to say something? Because we're gonna wrap up pretty soon. But I do want to say something, but I want to give you a chance to say something in returns, in terms of what the impact of being in Ghana has led you to do now, or just like when you reflect on it.
Well, okay. So, like I said the other time when we were in Ghana, that my expectations were quite very different because my experience in Africa, and my view about Africa and African Americans are quite, very different from those of you. And there is something we've not spoken about in this podcast, and that is the question by the Ghanaian student: what is this drama?
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
What is this
Drama?
What is this drama?
Yeah. So to some point, while I was trying to reflect on everything, I I really wish the young man followed us to the last death river. I really wish he had followed us to the castle to see how broken the African Americans were. I really wish he attended the leadership session by Tim Swan. I must say that was one of the most emotional atmosphere I ever witnessed in my life. Tim Swan shed tears, Patrice couldn't hold herself. Lamont was to an extent broken, and almost everybody in that room. But I was a Nigerian, the only Nigerian, and I was like, wow. So I really wish the young man was there to love this by himself, to truly understand what the trauma is. Because the truth is that until you've experienced history, you really cannot explain what it feels like. And so, what Ghana has helped me to realize is that you shouldn't judge people's experience until you've heard their stories. You cannot hear their stories until you've felt, until you've, how do I say it? You don't just judge people's experience, people's feedback, people's story, people's desire to do what you probably wouldn't have done until you've heard from him. I remember when Lamont and Malachi said that they can't be free like the way in Ghana if they were to be in the States as around that time. That those were probably main words from them, but for me who's in Africa, who has this certain level of liberty and freedom, it really touched me and it really spoke to me. And so I'm beginning to see the world differently. I'm beginning to see Africa differently. I said something the other time that for us in Nigeria, an average Nigerian or an average African wants to survive, wants to make money, wants to make the most of life, and a lot of us are really not emotionally connected to the continent. But when I saw the passion, when I saw how Malachi cried because he badly wanted to be in Africa, in the same Africa that if we have our way, we would live to be in the States. When I saw that, it changed everything for me. And I was like, if someone afar could so much desire to reconnect to the continent, to reconnect to what the ancestors had lost, then why am I here and just thinking about survival, just thinking about living life? And by being in Africa, I've been able to speak, returning to Nigeria and meeting some of people in my church, community. I try to give them different perspectives of African American. I have some people over there. I had to see how to reach out to them, to send pictures, to send videos to them, and just to tell them that you have to try to be in Africa by all means. You just have to try and reconnect with your roots. You have to just try and just come back and have a feeling of what Africa looks like. So that's all I have to say. And if others are hearing me in the room and you've never been to Africa before, I just want to encourage you. Do your best to return. And by the way, our interest form is actually out. I will drop the link in our WhatsApp group. So Patrice or Lamont can help send it across to anyone interested in visiting Ghana next year, 2027. Yeah, so that'll be all for now.
Okay. Thank you, Emmanuel. So you can mute yourself real quick.
Was it clear? Was my audio clear?
Okay.
Did you hear me very well?
It's a lot of static.
It's a lot of
Did you hear me?
It's a lot of static.
But we'll be able to turn you up.
Bump up that age, man.
Yep.
I was asking if you heard me very well.
Yeah, well, we hear you, but it's a lot of static.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So
It's the same here.
in the replay,
It's the same here.
we ought to turn you up.
Yeah, it's the same here. I'm also to an extent struggling to hear. There's this noise in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we'll fix it in the. Yeah, we'll fix when we go back to edit and all that. When we go back to edit and all that good stuff. So, okay. So, well, thank you, Emmanuel. So I'm gonna kind of share. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna kind of share real quick what he said if you couldn't really hear what he was saying. So there was a guy. We had a meeting. One of the very first things that we did is we met with Ghanaians, African Americans and Ghanaians sat in the same room.
Students.
And students, yep. So we went to the University of Cape Coast. And we were in this room and we sat in a room and the table was just like this. And it was probably maybe 30 of us in the room. And we literally just went across the table and just asked each other questions about what we believed about each other. And one of the things that we found, which was true for on both sides, is we were told the same things about each other from the same narrative, which were those of European or white descent or whatever you want to call it, right? And so when we started talking about where and why those messages were coming about each other to each other and how we portrayed each other based off of that, one of the things that was said, well, two things that were said. First was, why, Ghanaians saying to us, why are we as African Americans obsessed with slavery?
Right.
That was the first question.
They said we was obsessed.
Obsessed.
Right? So keep that in your head. The
The
second thing that was asked is, I'm going to let y'all say it.
What is this trauma? Messed us up. He was like, what? So the guy said it like that with like anger.
Right, because
Like,
we were talking about racial.
What's wrong with y'all?
Right,
Like,
because we were talking about racial trauma at the time and the impact of slavery.
he was like, y'all got it good. What are y'all complaining about?
Right.
He was like, wow.
So
like, you
I know.
really don't know.
Right. So for those, just real quick, so on the flip side of that, for those that are watching virtually, but for those that are here in our studio audience, when you hear that, the word trauma, and as an African American or someone of African descent, how does that make you feel if you were asked that question? I'm just curious.
Anybody.
I missed the question.
If someone asks you, what is this trauma? Like asking you, like, how is it as an African American that you have trauma? How would you feel first about the comment or
That's
the
good.
question?
Yeah.
And then what would be your thought to that question?
I personally feel like Lamont just said, you don't understand.
Don't understand.
You don't understand.
Ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really believe Black Panther, the first Black Panther, explained
Right.
it so well, you know, with being Michael B. Jordan's character being, what's his name?
Killmonger.
Killmonger is America, is Black Americans. And then, you know, they left him. If you pay attention, they killed his daddy.
Boy,
And they left him there.
man.
And he's just watching it fly away like, y'all just gonna leave me here? And then what he came up with was, I'm gonna get back home by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Whatever I gotta do, I gotta kill
Whatever.
people, whatever I gotta do. To the point where he's obsessed with killing people,
Yeah.
to where he had marks on his body,
On his body.
for how many people he killed.
Yeah.
Just so he can get home.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people miss that part. Like
Man.
when he got home, he was like, "Hold on, and this is y'all king?
Right.
Like this is
So
who
y'all been
listen
sitting real
to?
good up in there too.
Y'all been doing well." He's like, "Hey, auntie," like you know, he's like, "I am related to y'all," and you know, I think that's the part where the Africans are going, "What? Y'all was going through something?" Ninja, yes. Like, what you mean? They made us slaves. They did all
Right.
kind of stuff to us.
Right.
But they don't know this. They literally was telling us that they don't even. It is elementary to them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To learn about that. This is like what the kids would learn about slavery, because we was at the slave castle there,
Yeah.
and they were saying like, "Oh, the kids go to that. It's like a museum.
Right.
Adults don't.
Adults don't go
And
there."
if they go,
That's
it's
very
only to take
interesting.
their children.
Man,
That's very
That
interesting.
right there should sit
that
with you.
blew my mind.
That is
That
crazy.
right there
So
should sit with you.
So when we
Wow.
heard what is this trauma, I was triggered. Like I can't say that around Carlin, because that upset Carter. Because we was triggered. I'm like, I couldn't believe. I mean, he
And
was
like,
angry when he said it.
I remember
What's wrong
asking
with
the.
y'all?
I remember
Y'all
asking,
rich over there.
Right, I remember asking the guy because this guy is actually Ashanti.
Yeah.
Like
he's
his father is
Ashanti.
like a tribal leader,
he was
leader
that
or something
dude.
like that.
Yeah.
So he came from a high position
Mm-hmm.
in his tribe, and I asked him. I was like, "What was his name? John?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, "John, what is your last name?" He tells us his last name, and I was like, "All right, cool. My last name is Carter." I was like, "Where does your last name come from?" He says, "Shanti or whatever." I'm like, you know what my last name should be? He was like, "No." I was like, "I don't know either."
Right. I don't either.
That's the impact of
That's
racial
where the trauma came from.
And
But you don't even know.
Right.
I don't know what tribe
And,
I'm
it's,
from. I
and,
don't know
and
none
I
of this.
told him, I was like, our trauma is not just this one-time event. This is something that we have been forced to carry throughout our lives. These last names, Carter, you know what I'm saying?
Stokes.
It's even on here.
Come
Don't all of
man.
it have this.
These ain't us.
Right.
This ain't us.
Yep.
And now
And
we,
made it.
remember when we went to the last bath?
yeah.
And the guy said, "What is y'all names?" And he said, "I was expecting y'all to say y'all African names."
Oh, that broke my heart.
Bro, that almost made me cry.
Broke my heart.
I was
It's-
expecting y'all to say y'all
Yeah.
African names.
Right.
So here's one of the things, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we're saying that I know as you're hearing this, right? If you're listening to this now, or even on the replay when you go back and listen to this, is what do we do with that, right? Because if you've never been, then some of this may fall on you very different than it falls on us. Because hearing these questions or the things that we're talking about now, almost like re-enters different emotions in me, right? Because one of the things that we did do was go to what's called the Elmina Slave Castle, which is one of the oldest slave castles in West Africa. And when you go, one of the things that you'll notice right away is that there are people outside that will try to sell you stuff. But if you look around, because it literally sits on the coast, right, of Africa, and so you see the ocean and everything, right? But if you notice outside of the castle, there are like tons of areas where people actually live.
Yeah.
So just imagine something that
The whole
is
city
traumatic
there.
as a slave castle,
The slave
right? And it's not even a
castle.
castle; it's a dungeon.
A
Yeah, it's a dungeon.
It's a literal dungeon
in the community.
in the community.
Right.
So just imagine,
They
which
was
is
playing soccer right there.
Yeah, they
in
was
the field
playing
of
soccer.
kids playing
cars.
And there's
soccer,
a dungeon.
people living just normal lives.
And
Which
the dungeon would
Yeah.
had the women. I'm sorry, I'm just getting into
go
it just a
ahead.
little bit.
Go
It
ahead.
had the women, the
Like a courtyard.
what's the
part.
dude's name? The
captain?
It'd be like
captain or whatever.
the either like the general or something
the
like
general.
that. Yeah.
He would bring the women out. They would be butt naked. He'd bring them out
In the
disrespectful,
courtyard, and he's like up.
Yeah, he's
on
up,
what
looking
do you call
down,
it?
picking
Yeah.
which one he wants.
and
to have sex with.
and she would have to climb
and not
up,
have sex with rape.
Right.
Let's be very
right.
clear.
I'm sorry.
and she would have to climb up these series of ladders and stairs that leads to a trap door.
Yep. Trap
And
door.
go to his courts. You know what I'm saying?
And then
Or
when
his
he's done with
chambers.
her, then she would have to go back down and she'd have to take a bucket
Yep.
to clean herself off,
Yep.
which was basically really nasty water. And then
Right.
if she misbehaved or didn't do something that he liked, then they would have her to hang out there in the sun exposed to, like, if she was on her cycle, it doesn't
Yep,
matter.
It didn't matter.
Right.
Where bugs and birds
And it was foul in there.
defecating, all
Foul.
kinds of stuff, to sit out there in public for all, both men and women, to see as a representation of, if you do something I don't like,
Right.
this will be
It's
you.
what you gonna be.
And I'm saying this to make the connection so that we understand what we have to do today.
Right.
Is, do you understand how this is connected to what we're experiencing here in America? Do you understand that today the things that we're experiencing, from the prison pipeline to what's happening in our school systems to what's happening in our communities, right? When we talk about gentrification, all of these things.
Our churches, can I really say this?
Yeah.
I want to say this part.
Yeah.
They had a church
Bro.
over the
whole
slaves.
chapel.
It was a whole chapel. Oh, the slaves was at the bottom of it, right?
I want to pull up a picture because there was a door that had like a post on top of it that had a scripture. It was like Psalm 151 or 152 or something. I'm like, how you got a scripture up there?
And the
A
slaves.
chapel, and underneath the floor is a dungeon. You
But
know
I
what I'm saying?
want to be very clear about this too, because we could go a lot of different
Yeah, we
ways
can
with
go.
this, so that we can wrap up. So one of the things that I think we deal with in America, and especially depending on where you are when it comes to the spectrum of understanding who God is, spirituality, all these things, right? like the reality is that I often hear African Americans say that, you know, the Bible or Christianity is the white man's religion. If we look back in the Bible, I'm not saying talk to somebody, go read the Bible yourself.
And look at the map.
Where is Jerusalem?
Look at the map.
Where is Ethiopia?
Right.
So when someone
There's
says,
no white people in the book.
No, there are. They are the oppressors.
They're the
right.
oppressors.
When
You're
someone says that this is a white man's religion, please tell me where there are white people in Scripture that you see, right?
Who are not
And so,
oppressors.
and so again, when we look at the history and why it's important for us to go back so that we can move forward, is we have to unlearn these systems that have oppressed us for so long that we don't even know that the truth is literally with us. But because we've lived the lies of other people that have put that on us, and then we regurgitate it, and then we teach our children, we teach our community, then that is the stuff that we have to go back and unlearn so that we can be able to move forward, because otherwise we will continue to reap the cycles that we are living right now.
Can I say something real quick about that? Right, and the more that we continue disseminating that lie, the more white people win. Like if we subscribe to the idea that Christianity is a white man's religion, that means they got rights to a Messiah. They got rights to a Savior.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? That justifies their sense of entitlement, their sense of unearned, unmerited benevolence.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And it's far from the truth. Everyone's a human. Everyone's a sinner in need of grace. And so it's important, even if people don't believe in Christianity, you know, it is what it is. Like, and I understand that being a trauma response. But we must operate in truth and in education and enlightenment and revelation, that at the least we can say this is not a white man's religion.
Yeah, at least get the understanding that it is not.
Yeah.
You know, you can say what you want to say, but I mean, it's all in again, SpeakaBoxx is edutainment, so I'm gonna let you know, man, it's all in the movies, man. If you ever seen the Book of Eli, it explains everything. It explains how they took the word. They even said, if I had this book, the white guy on there said, if I get this book, I can control everybody.
That was crazy.
I'm like, whoa.
Right.
So I'm just like,
To elaborate a little bit more on the question you asked earlier, I know it's been a while, but
it's okay.
I'm from Liberia. And,
Oh,
Let's
nice.
go.
All right.
Hey.
I was raised there and came here when I was about 13 years old. So to elaborate more on that question you asked, when I was living there in Liberia, we didn't really get the chance to see what you guys were going through here. We didn't get this opportunity to see the horrifying things, you know, getting mauled by dogs, but you're fighting for your rights, or you know, all they show us was, I mean, most of the time in Liberia, most people don't speak English. I mean, it's an English-speaking country, but also had 18 different dialects as well. So when we saw in Liberia, we just saw you guys fighting back with no sound or no reasons of fighting back. But we didn't know that you guys were fighting back for your rights. But all we see was
how aggressive we were.
How aggressive you guys was. What, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't know why you guys were so aggressive.
Right. Makes sense why you look the way.
Brainwashing.
Yeah. Same thing with us. We've seen.
Same thing here.
Yeah, we've seen like.
All you guys see is naked Africans.
Bro.
Pot belly.
Right.
Yeah.
When we don't tell our own stories.
It was just a psychology thing they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
When
Really
I came
sinister.
here at first, I was told immediately by the people, because I came as a refugee from Liberia, so immediately I came here, the white people that that housed us was immediately telling me not to hang out with African Americans. So for the first maybe year or so, I kind of fell into it, and then as I adapted, I kind of seen what it was, and I understand. I don't want to say I understand completely how America is, but I definitely. I've been here about 22 years now, so I understand how things works here and there, you know what I'm saying? So that's why when they're like, oh, African Americans don't like Africans, or Africans don't like African Americans.
They would tell us this all the time.
It's just a brainwashing thing.
Yeah.
You guys went back to Ghana and
beautiful.
Happy to see you guys. Elated to see you.
You from Liberia. Michael Jackson literally made a song called Liberian Girl to let you know, like, these are some beautiful people.
And your sister is so beautiful too.
That's exactly what it was. We didn't understand why you guys was so aggressive.
You have aggressive.
Thank you.
You have to be aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're fighting for your rights.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
So-
fans, they don't understand that.
Yeah, and so for this reason, so we're gonna end up we're gonna do a part
You
2.
gotta do a
so
part
and when we do a part 2, we want you to come
Seriously.
and bring some
Right.
people,
Please.
Right.
bring some people, because this is honestly what has to happen. So this is Therapy on the Mic, and this is the SpeakaBoxx, right? And then we also have your podcast as well, right?
And
But
then we got live from the VIP.
yeah, live from the
representing
VIP, right?
Hey.
But here's the thing: there's not enough of these conversations happening. We
Right.
talk about everything else,
Right.
but this. And then when we wonder why we are always in cycles of trauma, it's because
Just
our
saw one last
disconnections-
night on
it's because we're
YouTube.
not having these
Yeah.
conversations enough, right? And
Yeah.
as a wellness therapist, this is one of the things that I'm really passionate about, because oftentimes when we look at why, number one, we don't go to therapy, or why we don't understand what therapy is because we were told not to talk.
Yep.
Right? In therapy or in wellness, right, it is very much not just about just talking about anything. It's about pinpointing the things that you identify that have caused trauma, and then being able to draw back to where it started, and then unlearning and relearning the
Yeah.
right ways, behaviors, emotions, and habits that work for our community. Because oftentimes there's so much history behind even medical, understandings of how we've been traumatized, even when it comes to psychological things, right? But when that's one of the reasons why Carlin is doing the conference that he's doing, and why I'm a part of that, is because it's helping our community understanding ourselves and how we can help each other heal, because we know our people,
Yeah.
right? And we know what works, and we also know what doesn't, and we can still go into the education fields, and we can go into the medical fields, and we can go into the entertainment fields, right? But we can do it with our mindset, our culture, our way.
Can I say this real fast?
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention to how our music changed too. I was looking at something, and they were talking about how hip hop changed. How hip hop originally was go back home, figure out, go back to Africa. Everybody, we was talking about that too.
Today.
Yeah, go back to Africa. It was like, if you look at old music videos, everything had African something in it. I'm talking about everything. We was just looking at Jodeci.
Some rights active.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Salt
we
and
was looking at
pepper.
Jodeci. Salt and
Wow,
pepper had
Jodeci.
stuff.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, that's why I said
Wow.
Jodeci had some stuff, some African stuff in it.
Artwork.
Everybody was doing
Wow.
it, and then we was like, what happened?
What happened?
T-shirts and sweaters that had
It's like that was
Clark
like
Atlanta and
thinking the 90s.
That was
Morehouse.
a thing.
That was a
and then all of a sudden,
right.
now we don't
Yes.
do none of that. We don't. I remember X-Clan. Like anybody that was huge, like Public Enemy was huge on talking about black this, black that, going back
Education.
home, blah blah blah.
Like,
all of
wow.
a sudden, KRS-One of them that's whack. And you know what I'm saying? And I-
KRS-One?
Yeah,
Dang.
that music. Think about it. That wasn't as popular as a
Yeah.
Nelly song or as a
Oh yeah, absolutely.
to the point where Eminem
Right.
is now
Right,
rap. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
When I'm going, wait a minute, no diss. I like Eminem, but I'm just
Right,
saying
right.
I can't relate to Eminem like I can relate to X-Clan or
Absolutely.
Public Enemy or
Right.
Salt and Pepper.
Right.
Just hearing them. She just went to their concert.
Queen
Just hearing
Latifah.
Shout out
the
to y'all.
stuff that they was rapping about, bro. Like we think of Push It when you think of Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper had a song called Express Yourself, where they
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about stuff. Like
Yeah.
they rhymes, their schemes. Even Shoop. We can talk about like, Shoop
Okay.
is a sexual song, but even a woman being so powerful, it was like, what happened?
What
Like
happened?
now it's all sexual. Everything is sexual. Everything is
Killing somebody.
killing somebody,
Right.
doing drugs.
Scamming.
Yeah, scamming. Come on, that's.
I mean, that is
that's
literally
a
the
popular
song that is popular
right.
right now. Like, we were literally talking
Right.
about that. Why is that?
It's-
Why, if you think about the popular music, pop, right?
Yes.
Popular music, and you look at the messages, it either have to be about sex,
Yep.
killing each
Right,
other,
yep.
or doing
Drugs.
some
Doing
drugs.
somebody wrong.
Right? Any of those things. And we wonder why we're continuing
And
to.
I even
It's
said-
when it
repress our
became
trauma.
the white
So-
man's business.
Yes.
Yes.
The Salt and Pepper had a song with In Vogue.
Yes.
What a Man. And I'm like, what happened to songs like that? Like
What happened to the 90s, y'all?
Who is singing like
Yeah.
this is a good man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
This
Yes.
is
Mighty
a good
good.
guy.
No, I
Man.
gotta say this real quick. Okay,
This
so
is
and
a
then
woman.
we're gonna wrap this up for
Okay,
real because we'll be
okay.
here all night.
Sorry.
So yesterday I went with a friend of mine. So shout out to Raven. It was her birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday
so
to you, Raven.
Lamont,
Brother Raven.
gave us the funds to be able to go to this concert. I was initially supposed to go to John B. That canceled. So that's another story.
She was gonna see the white man. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so but he black on the inside though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
He's invited to the
appropriation,
cookout.
right? He gives credit to where credit is due. That's the difference.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so but we went to was Salt and Pepper, In Vogue, and TLC.
Nice.
And we went to Ruoff, which let's be clear, Ruoff Concert Music
Gotta
Center
talk
is
about
in Noblesville.
Come on.
If you know anything about Indiana, look, I love y'all. Look, so even if any of my white people, if you listen to this, I love y'all, but I'm gonna be real clear about something.
Yes.
These are 3 groups of powerful black women.
Women.
So let me break it down. Let me break it down.
Women.
These are not just black women. These are women who
They
have
powerful.
broke the mold when it comes to rap. Right. One of the things that Spinderella, who is in Salt and Pepper, she is the only and the first female DJ to be in the Music Hall of Fame.
The only one.
The only one,
wow.
right? So, and then you've also got In Vogue, right?
In Vogue.
They were talking about, look, let me tell you, in their song, they have, like things going on behind, like on the screen. They had a part where they were doing, what song was it? No, not that song.
I like
No,
that song.
it's like that rock song.
The rock song.
I thought that was that.
This way.
Yeah.
I go.
What's it be this way?
I
Before
grew up
you
listening
can
to Chris.
read me, you got to learn how to see it.
Free your mind.
Free your mind,
Yeah,
and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the back while they're singing this,
Listen to that.
don't be colorblind, don't be so shallow.
Yeah.
They literally said, "Don't be a racist"
Come on.
on big in red letters. Let
Love
me
it.
tell y'all, when
Reason
me
why
and my
this is
friend,
in Noblesville.
me and my friend are parking, right? We got there an hour early. We got there her first time. You've been there a couple of times. We're parking. Do you know this girl was like, "Are we at the right concert?" I was like, "Why you say that?" She was like, "It's a lot of white
Look
people."
at all the white people.
She literally was like, I said, "Nah, there." I said, "Look, they got on T-shirts that
She
says
said,
I
look
love
at
the
all
90s.
those chickens.
But she was like, I was like, "Look, they got on art. They got like TLC, Salt and Pepper T-shirts. They got 90s. I love the 90s, right?" So, but I kind of felt a way too. But I was just like, maybe we're just. It's just the people that's showing up early. I don't know. Sometimes we do like to show up late. But the point is when we get in there and we sit down and get our food, do you know, probably within an hour of the concert starting, I looked around. Now, we've been to Janet Jackson there. We seen Ludacris there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was a mixture. And it was,
Always
it was a lot of people. This place was packed out from
Nothing
corner
but white
to
folk.
corner.
Wow.
When I tell you, we were like, what's the
Wow.
percentage? It was probably less than 5% of black
Crazy.
people. 5% of black people were in that entire
At a black
arena.
concert.
And I don't even know how many
This
people
is
that really
TLC with Waterfall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not saying, so I want y'all to hear, so I want somebody to try to make a clip of this later. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with white people being able to like black
for
music.
sure.
Yeah.
That it is totally fine because one thing
Pay
that
them
about
that
the
money.
90s, right?
Pay them
The
that
one
money.
thing about the 90s that I appreciate and respect is that at that point, we weren't about like black
Yeah.
music, white music. It was just music.
It was music.
Because Spinderella played that night while we were there. She played
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Come on,
Everybody was hype about
Yeah.
Nirvana.
And like hip hop was
That was
sampled
big.
from
Come
white
on.
rock bands.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So back then things were a lot different in
Run
terms of
DMC.
how we worked
Yeah.
together when it came to music and
Definitely.
collaborating, right?
Absolutely.
Where now things are so
Honoring.
separatist,
Like what you
right?
said, honoring.
But the
Right.
point is that I was like, I've never seen that blow my mind. I said these are black women, and then when I say that, it's
Different
because
times.
when we look at what's happening in America, and especially for African American women, and I'll just say women of color, black women particularly, we are not only the most picked on, we are the most hated, we are the most disrespected, and we are the most underpaid.
Yep.
Right? And as the only black woman on this trip to Ghana, one of the things that I thought was not only beautiful but powerful is that I was amongst my black men. And one of the things we talked about is how we interact with each other as black women and women, especially in America, and the fact that there's so much dissension between us because we haven't healed our own wounds.
Man.
And if we understand that when we start doing that work, which is the reason why they work so hard to keep us divided,
Yeah.
is we can do anything when we're together.
That's the problem.
And
My
that,
Lord.
to me, to see that many white people in that space and to not see more black people for an all-women concert,
Sad.
people who broke barriers,
Sad.
All
That
powerful
blew
black
my
women
mind.
too. Like their songs
Blew
aren't
my
just
mind.
regular songs. They have
Right.
songs where they're talking about changing and being a strong black woman, being with a strong black man. This is crazy that they have songs like this and it's number white people there.
You know, it's like with
I-
that scripture, how can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, goodness.
It's a
Whoa.
lot. It's a lot to that. So here's what I want to say as we wrap this up, right? What are we gonna do with all this stuff, right? So tonight, we want to invite anyone who heard our stories to think about, or who are thinking, I want to go, right? Like you feel like that yearning that Malachi talked about, or you know, you hear when you hear the words, "What is this drama?" and you're like, "What?" Like I need to, you know, get back to my roots because there's something I'm missing here. And I think every person of color, especially African American in America, should intentionally have a void on purpose because there's something in your history that you have yet to touch.
That's right.
And until you go back to Africa, I don't think that you'll ever fully
Boy.
figure it out.
Oh.
Now, what I won't say is if you don't have the funds to go, that's one thing. But if you don't have some way to reconnect with Africa in a very real and intentional way, I think that we're missing out because we go everywhere around the world. We talk about traveling to all these places, but most of those places don't look like us.
Right.
And most of those places don't care about us either. So why is it that we spend our money, energy, and time and effort to go there? But when we go to Africa, and one of the first things they said to us when we got off the plane was, welcome home.
Whoa, they said, welcome home.
Kwaba.
Akwaba, which means welcome.
Oh.
So I'm going to end on this
home.
note. I'm going to end on this note. If you are interested in going to Sankofa 360, if you're interested to go into Ghana, I'm going to put it in, you know, the replay so you can actually get the link. If you're here tonight, I'll give you the link. But we have some other things coming up. We're going to do a part 2 to this. But I want you to think about that tonight. If there's some things that you feel like you're unsettled about, things that you feel like have not been resolved, trauma that you feel like you have, you know, from this conversation, you feel like I need to resolve that and I do need to go home. I need to figure out a way to reconnect with my roots, with my people. Then definitely fill out the interest form and learn more about Sankofa 360. If you love what you heard tonight, if you share this with someone and you're like, they needed to hear this information, you know, you can go to my website, which is www.inspiredonpurposeservices.com. If you are interested in wellness services and getting a therapy session with me, or just talking about what wellness looks like and how to heal and what that journey will look like, when you go to my website, if you click on contact us, and there is a wellness therapy form, fill that out and I will contact you personally because I think it is our due diligence. In order for us to move forward, we have to know how to heal. And until we fully do that, we can't even live out our purpose because that means we're going to traumatize somebody else until we do. And so, and then last but not least, what do you want to say?
To wrap it all up, just put it all together, man. Like, pay attention. Again, I'm edutainment. So, you know, I look at movies probably in a different way. I don't look at movies like surface, you know, the surface or whatever, face value or whatever, right? Yeah. I look at the Matrix is actually explaining to you what's going on with life right now. If y'all have ever seen the Matrix, it's literally telling you how life is right now. Yes, it may be a difficult movie to comprehend or pay attention to, but if you watch that thing all the way through, that is literally what's going on right now. Right. And then what's crazy is the Terminator. It's also a movie that's explaining what's going on with AI, all the stuff that's happening right now, how it's going to take over us, and our robot. I mean, all these movies are telling you things. Songs are telling you things. Ice Cube was rapping about this stuff. Tupac was rapping about this stuff. In 95, they was already rapping like this. They were already telling you what was going to happen in the future. The thing is, stop just listening to it for entertainment purposes. Really dissect what you're listening to. Really dissect what you're watching. Because I know I can throw out books and tell people to read this and read that. But the thing is, I know you're watching YouTube, and I know you're watching movies, and I know you're watching all this other stuff on your phone. So look at the stuff that's going to educate you, not just entertain you.
What would you like to say?
And if you're ready to have that conversation about how God has made you black on purpose.
Speak on it. That's a book.
Without the influence of white people. And to know who you really are. Because that's what our trip was about.
Yeah.
Knowing like our black identity, our Christian identity, and then leadership as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're ready for that conversation, how black the Bible actually is.
Come on, man.
how brown the Bible actually is, come to the Unapologetics Podcast. We're on all streaming platforms.
Come on.
And we will be partnering with my brother and sister here to talk more about our experience in Ghana.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Woo!
Yeah.
And before we continue,
Yeah.
I do have a documentary about going to Ghana, my whole going to Ghana experience. It will be coming out next year, so I'm working on that thing now. Just wanted to let y'all know that it is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and then also if you have not, and if you would like to, if you like what you hear, you want us to continue to do the work that we're doing, donate. So on the screen, there's a QR code. You can scan that, or you can go to Cash App, Inspired on Purpose. But in order for us to do the work that we do, it takes money. And let's just be honest, we invest in everything else, but instead of wellness and healing. So, in order to pay it forward or pay it to yourself, we would love for you to donate. And then you can scan that for more information on how to help support things like this. So on that note, tonight,
You take CDs?
huh?
You
We
take
take CDs.
baby.
No, we don't take CDs. We can exchange them for American money, though.
Yeah,
Right.
But and then also one more thing too. I also want to give a special shout out to Mr. Ardell Bell with Legal Shield. Tonight, I want him to come real quick. If you want to just share something about Legal Shield, you want me to share it? You want me to share? Okay.
All right.
So I'll say this real quick. So one of the reasons why Lamont and I, my husband and I, we decided to do Legal Shield, not just for our own protection of our business and also our family, but we also saw the need to be able to protect other families. And one of the things that I tell people often is that people of color, especially Black people, we are the most, We are the most used, but we're also the most I can't think of the word right now, but we are taken advantage of. There we go. We are the most taken advantage of, but we are used for the things that we do well, right? And so we can see that from our history, but also we need to see the importance of why we need to be protected for our genius, but also to why we need to be able to pass on a legacy. So I have Mr. Ardell Bell here. He can share a little bit.
Just share one thing. I didn't get a chance to pay attention to everything that was going on because there's a single mom, that just hit me up while I was here. Her son was with some friends, and the police pulled him over and found the gun in the back seat. Now this happens, right? The son didn't have anything to do with that gun, but was taken to jail. If he could only press that app and hit that emergency button like it was for my stepson. My stepson was in that situation, but he had access and he was able to go home while those that didn't weren't. So appreciate all that you do. So I had to miss most of this because I was helping this mom out that was in need.
And this is one of the reasons why we have to do what we do. Thank you, Ardell. So if you're interested in learning more information about Legal Shield, how to protect a family, how to protect yourself, this is Make a Will Month. And so if you've never thought about creating a will, if you don't understand what that means, creating a trust, a health or financial power of attorney, the things that protect us. Because when you can't do the work that you are doing now and things happen, who will? And who will you pass that legacy on to? And we need to make sure that we do that.
Can I do something real fast?
Yes.
Yay Monet, can you sit here for a second, please? I want her to pretty much explain to everybody about what she does in the community, because I'm really I'm going to chill a little bit with what I do. So normally I would interview a lot of the artists in the city. I would really focus on the entertainment, the movies, the directors, and everything that's going on. But I met Ye Monet, and I see that she is more into that, and she's killing it. And she has that same energy that I have, and I can really chill. I don't have to do that as much. So yeah, so
look, I gotta take all the work.
Yeah, so explain what you do and why you do it, and then we gonna cut out.
Well, I'm Ye Monet. I got a podcast called Live from the VIP.
Yeah.
I interview celebrities, local artists, well, I call them local, homegrown, as he would say.
That's what I call.
I call them all celebrities too. It don't matter what they do. Anything they doing to impact the community in a good way, I'm all for it. I'm trying to get their voice out there, who they are out there, and let everybody know who they are and what they're doing. So then, I just joined the SpeakaBoxx.
And Legal Shield.
And Legal
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like he said, he put me to work now.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for it though.
She killing it.
I only
Nah,
been in
she
it for about 5 months, so I'm doing good.
Yeah,
It's been
doing
fun.
great.
Well, doing great, thank you.
That's awesome.
It's been fun, so
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we got 2 other guests, and I would love to bring them on camera if y'all don't mind. If y'all don't want to both be on camera, I would love it. Just just real quick.
I'm loving their outfits.
Yeah, I gotta
Loving
show y'all outfit off. So, and you didn't tell me he was Liberian, so you did it on purpose.
If you want to grab that chair, and then you
Yeah.
can kind of like come in the shot a little bit.
They are amazing. So
They said Brocky.
come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know this lady right here let me know she boxes.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you.
that's hard. And so just hearing what you said too. I'm sorry, don't know your name. Adam, that's right. Lamont. So Adam, hearing what he said, I don't know if y'all caught it off camera, but hearing what he said about Liberia, being from Liberia and understanding what's going on in America as well, and with African Americans, I thought was super dope. We have to do a part 2, because I would love for you guys to talk more and we kind of really get into the conversation with y'all, if y'all don't mind. Y'all look amazing, by the way. So if you wanted to talk to them a little bit, you could too.
Well, I'll try to make it quick because we way over, but I know we got more people online. So what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for joining us. But I want to ask just the conversation that we had, if there's just one thing that, stuck out to you or that you have a question about in terms of what we talked about tonight.
One thing that stuck out to me was a lot of stuff. I kind of knew, like, once you guys said that when you guys arrived, that how they were gonna greet you. One thing that really stuck out to me was the slave thing you guys were talking about. The
Amino Slave Castle.
Yes, that was wild to me.
I hate calling it a castle.
It's a dungeon.
Oh my God.
They call it a castle.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that, but hey, it was something new to listen to. So,
Yeah.
And the kids and how they dance for you guys and how they gave you gifts. Your gifts are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
They are nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what about for you?
For me, it was nothing really in particular, but I like the fact that you guys went to Africa.
Yes.
Really experience it for yourself. Because you can really never. You can watch as many movies as you want, many documentaries you want, but once you step on that soil,
come on,
so
man.
different.
The connection is really actually different than hearing about it. I can tell you about it a million times. Like I spent half of my life there. I can tell you everything that I went through, but you would not really experience it unless you're really there.
Unless you're
And
there.
yeah, really, feel it. The atmosphere is different. People are different. The way we greet each other is different. The way we
Very
love,
different.
The way we,
Very different.
The way we respect each other is different.
Definitely.
It's different. I implore you for taking that trip and experiencing it for yourself. And
Thank you.
And the mission that you're on, I feel like that's one of my missions. That's why I feel like God put me on this earth for that too as well.
Wow.
And find my own path on how to do it. We had civil war in my country that lasted 15 years. And,
Wow.
I made it through there. And estimated 250 people perished in there. And I was able to do it. I made it out and was able to come to the United States.
Praise God.
And experience it. And I feel like my personal mission is to take as many of my people from here back home.
Yes.
We love you for that.
Come on. I love that.
Listen, y'all gotta understand this gonna continue.
This is gonna continue.
Because see, my wife don't even know how I met Inda. I don't know if Adam knows, but yeah, because I'm like Walmart, where I met my wife. I was on the phone with you.
Wow,
Yes. Come on, man. that's why I'm
Full
like,
circle.
man.
Full
She
circle.
told me what she did, and I was like, oh man, that's amazing. Told me about you, but I didn't realize that you said he was.
I
I'm like,
did.
perfect. Oh my god, because I was like, yeah, please be dressed up, and everybody hooked it up. So you know,
Yes.
let's end this thing. Let's wrap
Yes.
this thing.
Okay. So with this, I want to end on this. So when you think about the name Sankofa, right? Because that's what we have on our stoles here, and this is also kente cloth, which also has another meaning. But when we think about what engulfs us, what wraps us, right? What is close to us? And the name of it isn't simply about remembering where we've been. It's about deciding what we're going to carry forward and who we will bring along on the journey with us. And we can all take action in something that was shared tonight. And I hope that we do. So remember, healing requires reflection, but it also requires growth, which is action. And so what action steps does tonight's conversation lead you to take? Remember, sometimes part of wellness is giving ourselves permission to ask these questions. What do I need? What do I need to release? Who do I need to reconnect with? Or what do I need to reconnect with? Who do I need around me as I become who I'm called to be? That's a part of the purpose of what we're doing here tonight, and our hope as we move forward and carry this purpose with us through Inspired on Purpose with Therapy on the Mic podcast, through the SpeakaBoxx, through my brother's podcast, and through spaces like this where people have the opportunity to have honest conversations and even hard ones about wellness, healing, purpose, but most importantly, what all of us experienced tonight, community. So on that note, y'all, I hope that each one of you will take this, share this with someone, and always, always, always remember, if you haven't started, now's a good time to continue to be inspired on purpose.
Yo, host with the Holy Ghost, Lamont Stokes. Keep it locked, man. The SpeakaBoxx.com, man. We got something coming for you, so pay attention. We about to drop the last magazine. The last Speak On It magazine is dropping. So please grab it. You know what I'm saying? It's got what we're doing now. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a part of what we're doing. So we taking pictures and stuff later. So this will be a part of it. But grab that last magazine, man. God bless y'all. I'm out.
Good night.
Good night. Thank y'all.
Yeah.